Hey, we live.
Are we live?
We live. Welcome, welcome. We're a little late too. We are a little late. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Scrap and Roll Sunday Hangover Edition. Now, typically, we'll record this and then we'll come back around and post it. But today
Yeah.
I was like, why not? Why not just go ahead, go live, talk about it right now? Yeah, and just get it going. Um, Double champ forever and still forever. Amanda Nunes has retired. The queen is gone. The GOAT is gone. If you guys don't remember from, I think, maybe episode 2 of the Scrap and Roll podcast, your girl Danny is in the building. Let them know how you feel, Dan.
I don't know. I don't know. Except the only thing I can say, I feel like I'm in mourning. I am in total mourning. Yes, she's still around. She's still alive, but my fighter is dead. There's no more Lioness. Oh, my heart is broken. And I knew she was going to pull something because she looked too good coming out. She looked good. She was. I said, that's her. I remember her. That's her. And now it's over. Gloves. But she's a champ forever. Forever. But I don't know. I'm sad.
You said, yeah. Amanda Nunes is Danny's favorite fighter, and she's gone. How did you feel about the card, CJ?
The card, I give it 3 Marvin mid Tories. I was texting you yesterday and I was like, this shit it's not hitting how I wanted it to hit. Like, there was Charles got a finish, um Mike got a finish, and then there was a finish on the undercard somewhere. But other than that, it was, for a number card, it was kind of mid. But it had some good moments. It had some whatever type of moments to me.
You know what? I feel like we got to be honest. This had to be the worst pay per view of the year thus far. Coming after, which I thought was the worst fight night of the year thus far. Last weekend's fight night was really hard for me to get through. I don't know why, but it was really hard for me to get through. And then
Yeah,
on
my
top of
pickup
that,
Kai
this
fought
fight
that.
card, like, thank God it only had 11 fights.
Yeah,
Like,
it felt like it went fast, but it also felt like it drug a little bit. It was.
mm-hmm.
I think it's just like, and I'm not a star-studded guy. I don't need to fuck it. I watch any organizations with any who names on fights, but it just didn't hold my interest for too long.
Yeah.
The fights were just kind of. I think because it was not enough finishes. There were good. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to what's old boy's name? Arosa? No, not Arosa. Eckhart, the dude on.
Steve?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Shout out to him for stepping in on short notice, fighting the number 10 guy and catching a dub. So that's amazing for him. Like, it had its moments, but it wasn't like a high velocity type of card where everything was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it was hard to get through. I was like, typically I don't feel that way about a fight. Typically, like, I'm completely locked in, but this time around, I was just like, man, I'm struggling to give
To
a
get
damn
through.
about what's happening on screen. If you guys haven't already, let's take a look at some of the wins and finishes. Oh, okay. I know we hopped straight into Amanda, and we didn't even really give that justice. Let's talk about Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush.
Um, so we're gonna keep it quick, y'all, because we're gonna have the pod on Tuesday and we can go back and reflect so we can give everybody their roses. But I was standing up on my feet for this card. That fight, that fight just showed how Charles is that nigga, man. That me and Mo were going through the numbers yesterday, and a lot of people discredit Charles because he was catching L's early on in his career, but bro was 21 years old when he first stepped into the octagon.
Mm-hmm.
So in life, you go up, you go down, you go down, you go up, and right now he's improving. That's what life's about. I be telling these kids all the time, just because you down at this moment in life don't mean you're gonna stay down. It's about going up. And look at that man. He showed improve. He looked amazing, man. Shout out to Charles. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he looked like himself, and I think that's also like a testament to the fact that he didn't decide to fight Um, that he didn't decide to do the rematch
The
right
rematch
afterwards. Like
right
we know
away.
statistically, when you fight, when you lose the belt and then you fight right afterwards, they end up,
Mm.
losing for a second time. So he looks good. So right now, what people are really popping off about is whether or not he should have the title shot next against Islam, whether Volk should get another chance after fighting Yair, or whether Dustin or Justin should get the title shot. Who do you think?
Charles got to get it back in blood. He got to get
Charles?
it back in blood. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? The champ got his name. It's Charles
Hey,
Oliveira. Let's get it, baby. You
hey, I
know.
don't know. I
Go
don't know
ahead.
how Charles started that, but Charles is fire for that because he got me saying it. The champion has a name, Charles Oliveira, and
And,
he is not the champ, but he
and
is.
And he said his what
but
is it?
he's
His head
once
is
a
heavy.
champ, always a champ, and he's a champ in our motherfucking hearts. And I was talking to Mo when we were watching like the press conference or some shit. We were like, we don't even know what bro is saying, but it feels like we understand every fucking word that he says in Portuguese. I don't know what he has. He just says shit, and you just feel what he says. So, and he be dropping gems. Bro said, That's one of my favorite ones. He said, "How can I lose? I'm illuminated by God." That's that's some chef kiss shit right there. You
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
fire.
And I like last night he dropped another one. It was just too smooth. He said the hands are heavy and they ready. I said,
And
"Come
they're
on,
ready.
Charles! Come on, Charles!
Yes, yes. But you
Let's
know what?
go."
I think the card was like that, like kind of not lackluster, but I think a lot of people were waiting for that Charles and mainly that fight because a lot of people weren't looking for the Amanda fight. I think everybody was super excited to see Charles versus Benny because Benny's not an unknown, but we were gonna see how they were about to go head up. So everything that happened under it was like, all right, man, that's just a little sprinkling. Let's get to this Charles fight. So everything didn't hit the same. And then also I'm looking
Yeah,
at the card right now. It had so many cancellations on this card.
yeah, it did.
So yeah.
Yeah. I felt like it was like when we want to talk about top heavy, the last two fights was top heavy. Like that's what made it super, super top heavy, with Charles and Amanda. And then, Mike Malott walks out and the railings fall off.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yo, I was watching it and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why? What just happened? I'm like, hey, I gotta go ahead and post this real quick because that was crazy. Oh, wait. Before we stop talking about anything else, how did you feel about Benny?
I was just about to ask you that. Um, he had some moments,
Yeah,
but I think he the lights may have been a little bit too bright for him, but it may not be. You stepping in the octagon with Charles Oliveira. Like I don't want to say too much because I want to hold it for Tuesday so we can give him the proper flowers. But you're stepping into the octagon with Charles Oliveira, beat Dustin Poirier, beat Michael Chandler, beat Tony Ferguson, beat Kevin Lee. Like Charles is that guy. He been
yeah,
in he that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He been in the octagon since he was a pup.
yeah,
So it's not to take away from Benny. It's just like Charles stepped in and like he said, he was illuminated. Benny will get his shot, not at the belt. I don't think he's getting a shot at the belt again. Like we were saying before, he probably shouldn't even have took this fight.
yeah.
He could have held out and be like, nope, let everything play out, and then I'll step in and then give me my shot. Hey, but that's life, man. You take your risks, you roll your dice, you win some, you lose some.
I really think that is his fault because after his last fight against Gamrot, he gets inside there, he has the opportunity, they throw him the lob, and he drops the ball. He's talking about, oh, I can fight 9 more times, blah 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 blah, whatever the UFC wants. Never put your man. He should, as soon as he won that fight, been like, I deserve the next title shot. He should not have even had to fight Charles Oliveira, but he never spoke out for himself until this week. This was the week that he finally started being like, I deserve the shot. Man, you deserved it when you won 8 in a row. Welcome to the Tony Ferguson League now.
Yeah.
Now you're the guy with the long winning streak that doesn't get to fight for the title. You know what I mean? And I did talk to Jace a little bit after the fight, and he was like, man, I kind of feel bad for Benny, which he does not like Benny at all. And so I was shocked. I was like, you feel bad for Benny, but you wouldn't have felt bad for Bilal had Bilal lost. But we'll get to that on Wednesday's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was his fault. I thought it was his fault. You did not have to fight him. You could have had that opportunity. And now, because, for whatever reason, like, you haven't really quite connected with the fans, like, when are you going to get that shot?
Would you like to see him fight Dustin or Justin? Whoever wins or loses out of that, Benny?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think Dustin and Justin got to actually fight somebody.
yeah.
Aside from themselves, like,
Hmm.
I don't know why we just gonna recycle and let them go and get a third title shot. As long as we get a promise that if they don't win, they don't get to fight at 155 for the championship anymore. Like, how you get three back? Like,
Yeah, it's too
we
much.
just keep recycling them, and we love them. They're exciting fighters, but to me, I think that they've proved that they're not champions, no matter how much we want them to be. Shout out to Guy Vega. I know that's your guy, but
Mm-mm.
he's not a champion. You know who was the what would I say, the MVP of the night? Um, Ariel Hawani's twin, Amen
Yeah,
Zahavi.
yeah. He's the one that sparked. What's his name?
Yeah,
Ricky
Arichi Long.
Lane. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That was
He sparked them. That was a highlight of the night. One of the highlights of the night.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, the card. I mean, it was just Maria Oliveira came out with some of the worst striking, like from the start of the card, just
Let
terrible.
me let me talk a little shit about this girl though.
Yeah.
You know what? Because when we watch her, we be like, all right, we'll root for her, whatever. Not like we fans or whatever, but whatever. But this fucking girl was on a reality show while she was supposed to be doing a training camp. So me and
Really?
Mo, we were looking her up. She was what month was she in? It was at the end of last month. May 24th, she started her fucking training camp. So she was
Oh,
not all the way prepared for this fucking fight, and it
that's
showed.
wild. It
So
showed.
if you're not ready to come and fight, don't be out there doing no goddamn fucking reality show in Brazil. Be ready to fucking fight. Like, come on. And she said she was like, I do not regret doing that shit. So
Maybe she
anytime
made
she
a lot of
fights,
money at the reality show.
yeah, I'm not gonna be going for her because she be bullshitting.
Hey, she might get cut. You might not have to.
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah, I mean,
So did everybody from Canada win? Didn't all the
Yep.
Canadians win?
hey, Danny, look at you. Shout
I
out to
noticed
Canada.
that. Hey,
You know?
a win for the casual. A win for the casual.
Shout out to
Yeah, yeah.
Canadians.
Yeah, they 5-0. All the Canadians won.
Oh, Canada.
Okay, we see
I know a little bit a lot.
a little bit of a lot. But yeah, I think overall, overall just assessment of the card, it was what it was. I will say that Dan Ige and Nate Landwehr, it was not what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting fireworks. I got just a regular fight. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
And I also think with that fight, it was I was going for Nate. Just plain and simple, bro. He's the Paul Wall of the UFC. Everybody likes his personality. You don't have to be right, guys. I don't give a fuck. But I knew Dan Ige was probably gonna win because his skill set is a lot higher than Nate's is. He's a ranked fighter, and that just fucking shows. You know what I'm saying? But you can go for people who you're a fan favorite of, like bro. Nate Landwehr's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I can't go against a Hawaiian. I can't go against a Hawaiian. Like, it'll have to be somebody I like really, really love to go against a Hawaiian. Shout out to Hawaii.
yeah, he styled on him. But hey, shout out to Nate for not quitting, doing his thing. He fought all
Yeah,
the way through.
yeah, yeah. Facts. But overall, double champ forever and still forever. Although we're sad to see Amanda Nunes go, at the end of the day, she left on top. Which, I mean, who else got to leave on top besides her, GSP? It's just so rare. And obviously, she still has it in her. She just turned 35 in May. You know what I mean? Like, she made Arena Aldana. Like, we're gonna talk more about Arena Aldana's lack of performance.
Yeah.
On the podcast, but
It made me wonder, was Amanda that good or is Irene that lackluster? Like, did she even put up the fight that she should have been able to put up? She didn't seem that.
was it a
Wow.
bad
As a
weight
big-
cut? Like, what happened?
I don't know. It was weird. But I mean,
You know what I think it is?
Everybody.
I think it's different when you go in there and you step in front of Amanda.
Yeah,
It sounds good, like I did all this training, and then you step in front of her and you see she's big, she's strong, she's fast. she's athletic. It's a different story. Everybody can talk and do all the training, but once you get in there, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, you know. So
Facts.
I know
it's a
that's
different.
true.
It's a we just heard a story today about Dan.
Yeah.
um.
You know what it
So
reminded me? Go ahead.
go ahead.
You know what it reminded me of? I told Jace last night. Anthony Smith versus John Jones. Anthony had all that momentum going into that fight, and then as soon as he got in there with John Jones, he was like a deer in headlights, and he just couldn't do. He never got going in that fight.
Yeah.
He could have been champion. Should have took the
Should have took that shit.
Hey, but that's what it reminded me of. But you know, shout out to Amanda Nunes. Real quick, what was your favorite Amanda Nunes fight?
Oh man, when she beat up fucking Ronda Rousey, she had Ronda on her fucking tippy toes, looking stupid. Hell yeah, I love that fucking fight. Me and my girl could watch that over and over and over again. Fuck that.
What about you, Mo, in the background?
I'm gonna say the Ronda one, but I also like the when she beat Juliana's ass the second time.
Oh, she put it on Juliana.
She put it on her. She put it on her.
And then dance at the end.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny?
My fight would be when she got Cyborg. That's when I was
That's a
like,
good one. That's a good one.
I mean, because Cyborg, she was exciting anyways. Look at me, I'm sitting up. I'm like, Amanda. Well, she, I had to give her a little bit of, that makes me excited. When she whooped her ass, because I was like, it can't be done. Who is this little chick that's trying to beat Cyborg? I'm like, it was done, and she's my new favorite. Yeah, and so I was on that train ever since then.
I think that fight that Dan's talking about, I think that's the fight that literally elevated her to
100%.
You know, because Cyborg's a fucking killer. She's a killer, and to
She
go
is the killer
and do that shit to her like that, we were like, "Whoa, what is going on?" Right now? Yeah, that's like, fuck. We thought it was gonna be a war, but you know, Amanda's, and the thing about Amanda that she's an amazing like person as well. She's very likable. She's funny. She can fucking fight. You want to be around her. She's not a bitch. She's fucking nice, and you know she's not. And we can talk about that word about how Juliana is acting like a fucking little brat. She's acting like a brat right now.
Yeah,
like disrespecting. Like you can talk all your shit. Yes, you beat her, and there's no excuses. But we know Amanda was fucking sick. We knew she was injured. But you sign a contract, you lose a fight, whatever. But she got her shit back in blood, and she was throwing your ass all around the motherfucking octagon.
Dropped you 5 times.
I mean, on a bad day, I could kick Tyson's ass.
Who?
Me. If he was on a real bad day,
she tripping.
And
She's tripping, y'all.
No, so he was sick. He was humbled. He had like COVID really bad. He couldn't see out one eye or something. No. I'm just saying, anybody.
He was on his deathbed.
My point
comatose.
is when somebody, he's comatose or something. But what my point is, on a bad day, you can beat anybody, but you don't get to brag about it like you had her. I mean, had Amanda at top level. Amanda, you had A. You didn't even have Amanda.
Yeah. yeah. And that's the thing that's sad about Julie. It's like we used to be fans of her coming off the Ultimate Fighter and certain fights. We're like, all right, we'll cheer for you. But you know, she's taking that little Kobe Covington role right now. And like, come on, girl. Like, you don't have to be.
Shout out to DJ documentaries. Even Conor was respectful when Khabib retired.
Yes,
absolutely. Conor did show respect. He was like. And he actually looked sad in the documentary. Like, he looked kind of like, oh, man, he was like a little pissed afterwards. But yeah, Julie she's just went. Now, I knew she was going to be like, oh, you retired because you're afraid of me and all that stuff. Which, I do think that the women's division does need a shit talker. They do need somebody that's braggadocious and out there, right? But there's a time and a place, right? I don't want to see Julie go too far to where she's like full on Kobe Covington. Like, we're not trying to see you just doing like random stuff, walking around with like your old belt and like just showing up places, trolling people. We don't want to see none of that. You know what I mean? But we do need that nice competitive spirit
Yeah, the spark.
within the females, like just people just popping their shit so that
Yeah.
you can like get behind it. Like that was the craziest thing that I really like. My number one fight that I love about Amanda was Chris Cyborg as well. Because when she was going up to fight Chris, I was talking to Jace every day that whole week, and I was like, why is Amanda doing this? Like, don't do this. Like, I was terrified of her fighting Chris Cyborg, and the fact that she got her out of there within 40 seconds and
Gone.
face planted her, I was like, oh, she's the one. I do wish that we would have had the opportunity to see that fight again. Different fight, different results. You never know. But like that's when like CJ said, that for me is when Amanda elevated because she challenged herself. Like you know how Izzy always says, "Dare to be great." She dared to be great and conquered it. You know, and it's not her fault that the UFC didn't bring in more talent to have her fight at 145. She fought who they put in front of her. Period. And got him out of there. Beat 7 former champions. Like who else has done that? Don't worry, I'll wait.
And that's the thing that's crazy about 45 though. When you look at other organizations, there's girls over there at 40. They have 45 divisions. There's 45 in Bellator. There's 45 in PFL. I'm like, why y'all don't want to come over here and get the you either fight her at 35 or fight her at 45. It don't fucking matter. You're gonna have to fight her anyway. So you might as well, but it's probably scary having a full fleshed out Amanda at 45 with the extra 10 pounds on her is, kind of scary.
Yeah.
But we gotta give love to the people while they're here, getting to retire on top and show them love. Like I said, Julie, you was tripping, man. She could have clapped it up for her and be like, yo, she was that girl. I beat her fair and square. She beat me fair and square and left it at that. And just be like, yeah, she is the greatest of all time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Hey, shout out to Mr. Man, aka Damien, in the chat. We should have texted you right before this so that you could have hopped on too. But Damien will be on the podcast. But yeah, we just want to hop on here with our Sunday hangover and quickly just go over. Let's see, what am I gonna say? Will the 45 division be over now, or do you think they will bring more talent in? I think it's a wrap. I think somebody asked Dana about it last night, and he was kind of like, yeah, maybe it should retire with Amanda. What do you think?
Forever
CJ?
champ.
Forever
champ. Let it be retired.
Yeah, just retire that shit. Retire with their face and belt on it. Unless they're gonna do the work to get the people and get the females in there to come and fight. But I don't think they want to put the work in to do that. So look how 135 looks. Is it's not the most, especially after she's gone. It's not gonna be the most exciting division right now. You got Raquel Pennington. No disrespect to her. Y'all trying to watch Juliana versus Raquel Pennington? Not really.
No.
I'm saying not at all.
No.
We got Holly Holmes, but she's on her downswing. Ketlin Vieira. It's a lot of girls that a lot of people are not really want to tune in to watch them fight like that.
The way that I see it, like we were kind of talking about off air. If I'm Aaron Blanch, if I'm a big 125er, if I'm Aaron, if I'm even your girl had Jessica Andrade not lost her last fight, Jessica would have been making the phone call trying to get that. She might still make the phone call. Jessica Andrade comes to bang. But if I'm Aaron Blanchfield, if I'm let me see who else is at 135 that's like big. If I'm Ketlin Vera, I'm calling. I'm making them calls. Like get on Twitter, start going crazy. Damien says Jermaine Durandamy is actually a beast. Hey, Jermaine, where's she been at? Like, she just fell off. She is the inaugural champion at 145. Yep. Like, nobody talks about it. I'm actually going to do, like, a piece on it. Like, nobody talks about it because when Cyborg was coming over, remember, she was like, oh, I'm not fighting Cyborg.
She was not fighting her.
She didn't want to fight her because of all the steroid allegations and stuff that was going on. So, Jermaine Durandamy, you can come out. The queen is gone.
She's gone.
It's a new day. Yeah, if I'm any of these, I don't want to see Yana. And I mean, after Irene getting beat up like that, like she can't really campaign to be back into another championship fight. Although it'd be intriguing to see her put it on Juliana, because I do think, and I think also the problem is if you're a 135, like why didn't Irene Aldana try to go for the 145 fight first? You know what I mean? Because she had a hard weight cut. They were saying she was dry heaving earlier that day before she weighed in at 45. Like, you should have tried for 45 first.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was the same champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but if
But maybe she was afraid of Amanda at that weight. She was like, I have a better chance if Amanda's just a little bit smaller and has to cut too. Because she was like, Amanda that big is too much for me to handle. And I mean, because she's a scary chick in the first place. She's scary.
Yeah.
So try to get her as small as possible. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to try to go smaller too. But still, I don't know. I'd have to go with my full weight.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's true. What about Taya Santos? Taya, hit somebody up, try to fight for that 135. Anything can happen. It is open for anybody who wants to pop shit. How do you think Juliana Pena got that original fight with Amanda? Because she would not let Dana White sleep. Like Dana said last night, he was like, I don't even want to run into her right now. Because he knows, hey, and that's, I mean, Julie had to do it, and she got her shot. You know what I mean? But like, if I'm any of like a 125er who has like a little bit on some type of winning streak, and it's kind of hard making this cut, man, I'm looking at 135 like, I gotta go. And if I'm 135, I'm hitting up Dana ASAP.
Because look, you know Val's my favorite. Val can go up there and win.
She could, because Amanda's not there.
She already beat Juliana. She already beat Holly Holm. So it's like, you know.
Give her the chance to be a double champ.
Yep. And her fight, her second fight with Amanda was super razor close fight. So it's like, she got a chance to do that. I know she don't want it. She's like 125 is my division, but it's not like it's out of the realm of saying some shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the list is Julie Raquel. We ain't know, but they gonna shit on that fight if they make that for a championship card. Holly, Caitlin Vieta, Arene, Yana, and Arena already beat Yana.
Who is
like Penny Kids. I can't remember her. Oh, I know her. Yeah, she alright.
She got a Squidward nose.
Leave the woman's nose alone. She's been hit in the face.
She only on a 1-fight win. See, this is what we talking about.
You know who I like though? That I think who's fighting her? Holly, Myra Bena Silva. She's pretty good. She's a tough ass girl. She got good grappling, but she's also at fucking 10 right now. She just got to 10.
Hey, you know what? You know, Damien had said the Canadian was on fire last night. Shout out to the Canadians, eh? Absolutely. But one thing that ticked me off. Now, Jasmine Jazz Davidicus is about to be ranked, right? Mm-hmm. If y'all remember, Natalia Silva made her debut against Jasmine Jazz Davidicus and styled on her. Absolutely styled on her. How is it that Jasmine is now about to be ranked and Natalia, man, if y'all don't quit playing, justice for Natty. Go ahead and get her a fight in the top 15.
I didn't even... Natalia Silva fought Jasmine Jazz Vidibis.
Yeah, 3 times fast.
Yeah, in their last fight. In her debut. That was her debut fight.
Damn.
Yeah, so now Jasmine's gonna be ranked. And see?
Yep.
Yeah, so I know that because Miranda Maverick called out Jasmine, that's why she got the fight. But I'm like, hey man, give Natalia Silva her top 15 because she's too smooth. She didn't have 2 back-to-back first round finishes. Quit playing.
Yeah. She remind me of JJ.
Yeah.
I want to see if she has enough grappling to at least be able to get back up if somebody puts her in a bad position like that. Because her hands and her feet is there. Her skill level is there. And she's young too. How old is she?
Let me see. Do they show the age on here? Info. She's 26. She got plenty of time.
Yeah, she got time. She's good. I'm really high on her too. Because you can look at her and she's athletic with her striking. Right?
Yeah.
She can move in and out fast as fuck.
Yeah. And like I always say, if y'all did not see her debut against Jasmine Jazz Davidicus, go back and watch it. She styled on her. She was out there looking like a female Izzy, putting in paws on her. It was ridiculous. It was a fucking kickboxing masterclass. And when she fought Blida, when she fought this chick in the last one, before she hit her with the spinning back kick to the face, she was stuffing them takedowns, and she got taken down a couple times. She was able to get back up. So defensively, she is able to get back up, which is a good thing. But yeah, I would definitely like to see her fight somebody in the top 15.
Top 15.
You know, I don't know who, but yeah, like we said, if you're a bigger woman in the 125 weight class, if you're in 135, if you're at 145, like Uncle Chael been talking shit about y'all all week, talking about how y'all haven't said nothing since Amanda been back there. Y'all all afraid of Amanda Nunes. Please get on Twitter, start talking to your managers, start going crazy. Like, bring the female divisions back. Like, bring 135 back. Don't let it die with Juliana.
Not with Julie.
Not with Julie.
And I think she's rubbing a lot of fans just the wrong way. Because, like, just in my Discord, people are like, man, I hate her. I can't stand her. Julie just be popping off at the mouth. Like, you know, so I think she's rubbing a lot of, and what they're saying, they're like, she sucks. She's not even good. Like, I'm like, fuck.
She's not as good as she thinks she is.
That's
what the problem is. Like, if she was humble, she'd realize, I might need to spend a little bit of extra time in that gym and learn a little different moves.
Yeah.
Or learn something from Amanda instead of saying, I dominated Amanda, I beat Amanda. No, you need to learn from her.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Because the one thing that we learned is that you can't deal with a southpaw. Valentina Shevchenko came out in the southpaw, got you up out of there. Amanda Nunes switched to southpaw in the second fight, got you up out of there. You don't know what to do when they showing you the south position. So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, shout out to Amanda Nunes. We just want to come on here with a quick little Sunday hangover, quickly go over the fights. We will be back on Wednesday. Also, if y'all go to scrapandrollmma.com, the shirts are 25 or 20% off. If you use the code, if you use the code, it's right there at the top of it too. If you use the code UFC289, it's 20% off. So do with that as you please. It's like that until next Saturday.
We're gonna get a new shirt with Amanda too. So look out for that shirt because nobody else is gonna have the Amanda shirt. And it's gonna be with my blessings and my love and my oh my God. I mean, you're gonna feel the love from every shirt you get from Scrap and Roll when it comes to Amanda. Oh, Amanda.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Danny is still sad. That's her favorite fighter. You know, she's retired.
I'm in mourning. Let me have it.
Sorrows,
prayers, sorrow.
Did you ever see
sorrow, prayers?
Yeah. Shout out to Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte. But anyways, we will be back on Wednesday. Make sure you guys check it out. On Tuesday, make sure that you check out the Tough Reactions. And we'll be back, y'all. That's it.
We'll be back. Shout out to you. Thank you guys for tuning in with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Peace.